Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, it's Zainab. Welcome back to my daily reading of Nahjul Balagha. So if you're just joining me for the first time, Nahjul Balagha is a compilation of sermons and letters that have been compiled into a book which is called The Peak of Eloquence in English, Nahjul Balagha. And these sermons and letters the sermons were delivered and the letters were written by Imam Ali alayhi salam, otherwise known as Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, during his caliphate. And he was the fourth rightly guided Caliph of Islam, but for Shias, he's our first Imam. So today I want to read to you sermon number 78, inshallah. So sermon number 78 was delivered by Imam Ali alayhi salam when he decided to set out to battle the Kharijites. And the Kharijites were a group of people that kept rising up against Imam Ali during his caliphate and causing mischief in the land. And someone said to him, if you set out at this moment against the Kharijites, according to astrology, I fear you will not be successful in your aim. Whereupon Imam Ali alayhi salam said the following: Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Do you think you can tell the hour when a man goes out and no evil will befall him, or can warn of the time at which one goes out and harm will then afflict him? Whoever testifies to this falsifies the Holy Quran and becomes unmindful of Allah in achieving his desired objective and in warding off what is undesirable. You cherish saying this so that he who acts on what you say should praise you rather than Allah, because according to your misconception, you have guided him about the hour in which he will secure benefit and avoid harm. Imam Ali alayhi salam then directed his attention to the people and said the following: O people, beware of learning the science of stars, except that with which guidance is sought on land or sea, because it leads to divining, which is a type of divination is a type of, I don't know, Wicca? I don't know what else to call it. Wicca? Not witchcraft, but just like Wicca, I don't know. An astrologer is a diviner who is like a sorcerer, okay? The sorcerer being an unbeliever, and the unbeliever will be lodged in hell. Proceed forward in the name of Allah. Okay, so I'm just going to read you a little bit of commentary regarding that particular sermon, okay? When Imam Ali alayhi salam decided to march towards the Nahrawan desert, where the Kharijites were, in order to quell the Kharijites' rebellion, Afif ibn Qais al-Kindi said to him, "This hour is not good. If you set out at this time, instead of victory and success, you will face defeat and vanquishing." But Imam Ali alayhi salam paid no heed to his view and ordered the army to march that very moment. As a result, the Kharijites suffered such a clear defeat that out of their 9,000 combatants, only 9 individuals saved their lives by running away, while the rest were killed. Imam Ali alayhi salam has argued about astrology being wrong or incorrect in 3 ways. Firstly, if the view of an astrologer is accepted as being correct, it will mean falsification of the Holy Quran. An astrologer claims to ascertain hidden catastrophic things by watching the stars, while the Holy Quran says the following: say, none in the heavens or on earth knows the unseen save Allah. And that's in Quran chapter 27, ayah number 65. Secondly, due to his misconception, the astrologer believes that he can know benefits or harms through knowing the future. In that case, it would be useless to turn to Allah and seek his help. While this indifference towards Allah and self-reliance is a sort of heresy and atheism which puts an end to one's hope in Allah. Thirdly, if he succeeds in any objective, he will regard his success as the result of his knowledge of astrology, the results from which he would praise himself rather than Allah, and will expect that whomsoever he guides in this manner will necessarily be grateful to him rather than to Allah. These points do not apply to astrology to the extent it may be believed that the astrological findings are in the nature of effect of medicines which are subject to alteration at the will of Allah. Competence in astrology achieved by most of our religious scholars is correct. They did not regard its findings as being final. For those of you who get confused between astronomy and astrology, it's talking about astrology, which is looking at the stars and based on their position in the sky, relative to Earth, making some kind of prediction or prophesizing some kind of future outcome based on that. Whereas astronomy is actually the science of space, which is not talking about in this instance. So astronomy is not haram. Studying the stars and planets and space is not haram. It's talking about astronomy, which is kind of like horoscopes. So that being said, I hope you'll join me again tomorrow, and I'll read some more of this book for you, inshallah. Until then, stay blessed and stay tuned.